All right, so today we're going to talk about one very important aspect of getting good draw shots, okay? Backspin shots and stop shots, okay? Especially from further distance. One important aspect, and that is get low.
Let me see you get low. You scared. Drop your ass to the floor. You scared. Let me see you get low. You scared. Drop your ass to the floor. You scared. See you get low. You scared. Your butt to the floor. You scared. Now stop. Woo. Now wiggle it. Now stop. Woo. Jiggle it. Just jiggle it.
What you doing?
Wiggle it.
All right, guys. So you get the picture? Get low. What does that mean? Okay, let's get into it. All right, guys. First, let's talk about something I call the illusion. Illusion. What is that? Okay. Well, let's just follow me for a second here, okay? If you're wanting to get draw on a ball and you move your tip one tip below center to try to get some backspin or some draw on it, okay? Understand that the top of your tip is the part making contact with the cue ball, okay? So you may be kind of visualizing the bottom of your tip and because it's a full tip below center, but if you play one tip below center and the top of your tip is what's making contact with the cue ball, you are actually hitting center ball, okay? I see it all the time when I train students. They try to get some simple backspin, like from this ball to get into this zone here for the shape on the 8, and they play one tip below center. And watch what happens, guys. They don't get any draw, okay? Basically, I just stunned that over because even though my tip to my eye was a tip below center, it's an illusion. You're not getting one tip of lower draw spin on the cue ball. You are basically making contact at center ball. So let's get into how to get low. All right, while there are several aspects to getting a healthy draw stroke, including your equipment, okay, you want a decent shaped tip, a dime, essentially a dime or a nickel. Some people use quarter or whatever, but a dime or a nickel curvature on your tip with a decent quality tip. It doesn't matter if it's medium. You don't want to do it with a bright cue, but it doesn't matter if it's a medium or soft or super soft, okay? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter the brand name of the tip, really. Yes, everybody has their preferences when they're especially the higher end players, but it doesn't matter. You should be able to get draw like this with an old bar cue with a plastic ferrule tip on it, okay? It does not matter. What matters mostly is where you're hitting the cue ball and the follow through that goes through the cue ball. That's the most important thing, okay? To get low. Okay, now when you do get low, there are some other factors. Yes, you want to have loose hinges. Okay, you don't want to be grabbing at the very back of the cue because it's going to cause your shoulder to drop and the tip to come up. Yes, we covered all that in my other backspin videos from A to Z, or Z if you're in Canada or UK. All right, so yes, there are some other aspects. You don't want to flinch. You want to stay down. You want a good follow through. Okay, you want to bring that tip down to the table. I have big hands, so I have a little bit harder of a time doing a closed bridge because then I elevate. So you do want to try to keep as level of a cue as possible. Some people prefer to elevate a little bit. I don't like to because I think when you do that, you're getting a little bit of a jump on the cue ball, even though you may not be able to see it. It's coming off the ground a little bit. You're going to lose some of that spin and momentum in the air. Okay, so you don't have to hit this hard to get the backspin though. If everything is good, your fundamentals are good, even if they're bad and you just get lower on the cue ball, you're still going to be able to do this draw shot, okay? Even if you don't have perfect fundamentals. All right, so here's just a real simple shot. I'm not going to hit it hard. Okay, I didn't hit that massively hard. And as you can see, we came right back down here for the 8 ball. Good shot on the 8 ball, okay? So I was nice and low there. My tip was almost touching the table. I'm going to show you guys some different angles from the backside here, the shooter's perspective, okay? I'm going to show you some stop shots and some draw shots, okay? But getting low, Okay, remember we talked about the illusion? Well, the illusion also, if you bring your tip right down to the table where it's touching the cloth, okay, understand that the top of your tip is what's making contact with the cue ball. So if you have a 12.5 tip, basically 12.2, 12.3 millimeters up from the tablecloth is where you're going to be making contact. Players say to me all the time, my students say, you can't be all the way down on the table. You're just going to scoop the ball off the table. No, you won't. Here, I'm right down on the table. Okay. I got some solid draw on that shot. Okay. I was just going off the rail, but understand, remember the illusion. Okay. You can go right down to the table. And yes, even pros sometimes miscue. Okay. We all do. But if you're stroking it nice and you're stroking it clean, yes, you can go right down to the tablecloth. And why do you want to do that? You don't have to hit as hard. Okay? When you hit hard, things tend to veer off path sometimes in your stroke. You can be much more straight and consistent by hitting a little softer and going a little lower. All right, one more thing, guys. If you are trying to do a stop shot from about 2 feet of distance, yes, you can hit it fairly firm, so like a 5 to 6 weight with a center ball shot. And the cue ball should be sliding long enough, if it's less than 2 feet, that it produces a decent stop shot, okay? Or you can hit at a 1 to, well, not 1, but a 2 to 3 weight, okay? And go lower on the cue ball and still get a controlled stop shot, okay? So I'm going to show you, and they may move about an inch, okay? Don't be too nitpicky here, but I'll do a center ball shot here, which actually means I need to be just below center with my tip because the top of the tip is going to be making contact, more or less, okay? So center ball shot at about a 5 to 6 weight, okay? We ended up coming backwards about an inch, okay? Not bad. So now I'm going to take that at way softer pace, but I'm going to hit lower on the cue ball, guys. Not quite at the cloth, but watch this. Okay? Way lighter, way more controlled, pretty much the identical result, okay, of a stop shot. All right? So for the longer distance shots, that was about 2 feet or just under 2 feet. But as you get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and even 9 feet, you are going to have to go lower and lower. And actually, you'll have to hit a little bit harder and harder. You're going to have to get the mix right between how low you go on the cue ball and how hard you hit the cue ball. There's a relationship there, guys. Okay? If you go low and hit it too hard, you are going to get backspin. All right? If you go low and hit it too soft, that backspin is going to run out. There is a relationship. It takes practice. You've got to get that recipe right between the weight and how low you go on the cue ball. All right, guys? I'll show you a few shots here now from the shooter's perspective. We'll do a power draw shot. We'll do some stop shots, some medium draw shots, and then a stop shot, okay? And I'll show you how to do them by hitting softer. I don't want to go over lag weight, which is actually a 4 weight, okay? We're going to try to stay under 4 weight, okay? Lag weight, okay? Check it out. All right, guys. I'm doing an open bridge. I'm going to get nice and low right at the tablecloth here, as you can see, okay? I'm not going to hit it too hard, and watch what kind of draw we get. I'd like to get at least 6 feet of draw on this shot. Perfect. All right, guys, that last one was a little bit more than a 4 weight. It was about a 5 to 6 weight, okay? But this time we're going to do a 4 weight or even lighter. I want to try to draw it back to about where it is now. So I need about 2 feet of draw. I am going to hit nice and low on the cue ball. Watch how soft I can hit this. Okay, we're just over the 2 feet by about 3 inches or so, but not bad. All right, guys, I'm still hitting nice and low on the cue ball, right at the tablecloth, okay? This time we're going to do a stop shot, but I'm only going to hit it at about a 1 to 2 weight. Check it out. Okay, guys, and this one I'm going to hit a little harder. I want to try to get it back to this rail where I'm shooting from and even to come off of it, okay? Let's check it out. Nice and low, right at the table. Check it out. Perfect. Look at that. We got all the way back to the side pocket. Okay, great draw shot. So in summary, guys, get low. All right, get low. All right, stroke it smoothly. Because if you flinch, you will throw that cue ball off the table at least some of the time. All right, so learn to stroke it smoothly and follow through, accelerate through the cue ball. Keep things loose. Keep your fingers, your wrist, your elbow. Keep those joints loose. They all promote a healthy stroke. Hey, if you want to drop your shoulder in your outstroke after you make contact with the cue ball, knock yourself out. Don't do it before you make contact with the cue ball, or your tip's going to come up. You're not going to get draw. In fact, you might even miss cue because your tip's going to come up so far. And that happens largely when you are grabbing onto the very back of your cue, especially if you're locking up your wrist. It's going to cause you to drop your shoulder. That tip is going to come up. You're not going to get draw, guys. Okay? So, anyways, today's lesson was getting low. Using low on the cue ball with different weights. Find that recipe, like I said, guys. All right? I hope this lesson helped you. I know it probably did. All right? We'll talk soon. Till the next lesson, guys. Peace.